What's up guys, Jimmy here with another Lots of Games video. Well, it's finally here, episode 8 for super cheap PlayStation 3 games. Definitely show your love by smacking that thumbs up button. Your support means so very much. Today I'm going to be going over 8 PlayStation 3 games you can get for a really good deal. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. The past month or so, I've really struggled with this episode. I'm going to tell you why. In my opinion, the prices for many of the pre-owned games at GameStop are inflated and they need to go down. And I was shocked to see the low prices. Honestly, if you have a PlayStation 3, you don't want to just fatten up your collection and your library, head on over to eBay. These prices I'm going to go over with you guys today. These prices or these games are a lot more expensive at GameStop for one reason or another, but on eBay, and these are prices I'm going to be giving you, for the most part, they include shipping. So say, for instance, say you can get this game from $6 to $8. It should include shipping. Now, oftentimes on eBay, it might say that this game is trending around at this price. They got to factor in, obviously, the used prices of the game and also the new prices of the game. But I'm going to give you the prices of these games. I'm going to be going over some really fantastic titles, guys. And I am so excited. These are games I've really enjoyed on my PlayStation 3 console. So let me quit the blabbering and let's get to the games and the gameplay, shall we? First off, we have the PlayStation 3 exclusive Ratchet & Clank Future Tools of Destruction. A beautiful game. If you're a fan of action and adventure, this one is definitely for you. I saw prices on eBay right now. You should be able to pick this up anywhere from $5 to $8 complete. But yeah, I was shocked to see that you're able to get this one for around that price on eBay, because the Ratchet & Clank games, they sold okay on the PlayStation 3. But on the PlayStation 2, those titles sold like crazy. But yeah, on eBay, you should be able to get this one around $5 to $8. And some of the cutscenes are like, wow, it's kind of almost reminiscent of a high quality CGI movie. Like, wow, this kind of looks like a decent Pixar movie. There's just a nice sense of humor, some real epic action moments. And guys, if you're a fan of the series and you have a PlayStation 3, you don't have this title, definitely is the time to act. As I mentioned, I was just really surprised to see how low some of these PlayStation 3 prices were. I guess the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 are red hot right now. And a lot of guys out there, a lot of girls out there, gamers, are just unloading their Xbox 360 games and PlayStation 3 games on eBay. So if you're looking to fatten up your collection, now is definitely the time. Next up is one of my personal favorites from last gen. It actually was made available also on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 and the PC, the Definite Edition, I guess that's what it is Sleeping Dogs. Okay, an incredible third-person shooter. So much action and so much to do. It is an open-world game. I remember I had the opportunity, Square Enix actually sent this to me about a week before its release, and I honestly went into this blind because, sometimes I'll read up like a preview or first impressions like months before the game was released. I didn't do anything for that. I went into this review and played through the game, absolutely loved it, did the review, and I had an absolute blast. So much to do. There's fighting, there's racing, there's tons of sweet gunplay. Right now on eBay, you should be able to get Sleeping Dogs at a price of around $6 to $8. I've seen it actually for a lot less, with game, with case, with manual. But, definitely don't pay more than $8. You should be able to get around, $6. But, be patient on eBay. This one, a lot of gamers are selling their copies of Sleeping Dogs, and it's definitely one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 3. I highly recommend, guys, that you check out Sleeping Dogs. Okay, next up is game, a definite underrated title in my opinion, and it's just so fast, so furious, and that is Vanquished. And yeah, just so underrated by, guys, if you are a fan of intense, just epic third-person shooting action. So imagine Gears of War at like twice the speed. You've got this really cool suit, and on the back you've got like this jet propulsion where you can kind of like slide on the floor from getting from point A to point B. There is a cover mechanic that you would find in Gears of War, but the action is a lot more intense and quick, and it's oh so good. And yeah, gosh, guys, if you don't have Vanquished, I highly, highly recommend that you check it out. This one I've seen from around anywhere from around $7 to $9.99. Definitely don't pay more than $10. And in these episodes, I try to do that for episodes of Super Cheap Games. $10 is usually the max, but yeah, $9.99 is the max, is the purchase price, the limit that I would suggest that you get for this one. And it's just so much fun and very quirky and interesting, and it's done by Platinum Games, and they're one of my favorite developers of all time. Okay, next up is one of my favorite racing games on the PlayStation 3. It actually is a PlayStation 3 exclusive, and that is MotorStorm Pacific Rift. So here's the thing, the first MotorStorm game I thought was gorgeous. I thought it was very interesting, a good PlayStation 3 exclusive, but for one reason or another, the controls or the cars were a little bit too floaty for me, and I feel like they really nailed it or fixed that issue with Pacific Rift. And what I love about Pacific Rift is all the different tropical areas that you'll get to race with. And unfortunately for this game, a while back, the servers were taken down for online racing. However, the offline racing and the variety of the different races and activities that you can check out in MotorStorm Pacific Rift is definitely worth it. Even if you can't go online, it's definitely worth having your collection, guys. It is just a super, super fun racer. Right now you should be able to get MotorStorm Pacific Rift on eBay pre-owned from anywhere from around $7 to $9.99. And gosh, even if you're like not that big a fan of racing games, I highly suggest, guys, that you check this out. I'm not sure if there's a demo for it. It's definitely worth checking out if there's a demo and seeing if you like it, but it's at a really good price on eBay, and it's definitely one of my favorite racing games of all time. Okay, next up is a title that has been out for a little while, and actually I really suggest checking out. It is a third-person shooter based on a popular movie series, and that's Ghostbusters. A very fun third-person shooter with a great sense of humor. It's got the voice actors from the movies. And right now you can actually pick up Ghostbusters, the video game, from anywhere from around $7 to $9.99 on eBay. If you, especially, even if you're not a fan of the Ghostbusters franchise, check it out. But if you're a fan of the franchise, and if you like third-person shooters, yeah, definitely check this one out. It's got, you know, all the classic characters like Slimer and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. If you ever wanted to play a game based on the movie that's pretty accurate, I definitely recommend that you guys check out Ghostbusters the Movie. Okay, next up is a racing game, a little bit of a dark racing game with actually a real story, and that is Twisted Metal. There's a lot of different types of racing in this, but it's far more than just your standard racer. Rocket launchers, flamethrowers, high-powered machine guns to take down your enemies, to be able to get from point A to point B. There are a few different characters in this campaign to play through, but and like I said, it is pretty dark, but oh, so much fun. This is a great, great racing game. It looks great, and it's a whole lot of fun. And like I mentioned, $10 should be the maximum price point, or $9.99. You might even be able to get it for less, but definitely one of my favorite games in my collection. Okay, so next up is a title you should be able to get on eBay pre-owned anywhere from $6 to $8, maybe even less, and that's Demon's Souls. Okay, so From Software is the organization, developers, that are responsible for this game, and they're also the folks that are responsible for Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, and also the upcoming PlayStation 4 exclusive Bloodborne. This game, Demon's Souls, it is not the easiest game, as you would maybe hear from other games like with Dark Souls 2. However, a very rewarding game with some truly epic moments if you're willing to stick it out, and a fantastic PlayStation 3 exclusive, guys, that definitely deserves another look. If you have a PlayStation 3, don't have this one in your collection, and you really enjoy the Dark Souls game, and if you're really looking forward to Bloodborne, definitely check out Demon Souls when you have time. Okay, my final pick is a PlayStation 3 exclusive. You should be able to get on eBay anywhere from $6 to $8, and that is Heavy Rain. So this game takes place with several different characters in a real cinematic way. And the interesting thing about this game is the different choices you make. You know, with some of the games, you're like, yeah, different choices you make do affect the game. It affects the game so much that certain characters, main characters that you play, I'm not going to get too detailed to give you spoilers, but certain characters, I'm not going to tell you too much, but they can end up dying. And so you just end up playing through the game with other characters with their storylines. But something truly different, and in my opinion, you know, there are definitely some really interesting, innovative things that this game offered. Definitely worthy to have in your collection, and a truly interesting and dynamic PlayStation 3 exclusive that I strongly suggest that you guys check out. There is a demo for Heavy Rain, and I think you play one or two of the characters, but to really get the true feel of the game, guys, just throw down the $6 to $8 to pick this one up and have it in your collection, and I think you guys will really, really enjoy it. Well, guys, there is episode 8 for super cheap PlayStation 3 games. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, definitely make sure to subscribe. I post and upload videos often, and again, if you enjoy this video, definitely click on that thumbs up button. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.